Pick me the lucky number.
All right.
Good morning, Dad.
Where?
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. What's all this?
Raffle tickets to help me furnish the children's rec room.
How much are they?
50 cents a 3 for $1.
I'll take 3.
Waste of money. Betty's promised me the winning ticket this year. You're late.
Well, I stopped off to have a prescription filled.
Sporting goods store?
I might go skating tomorrow night with Michael Rossi. That is, if he's not tied up with an emergency.
Well, if he is, I'll take care of it. I was hoping you two would hit it off. He's a fine young man. The more you know him, the more you... Oh, Michael, there you are.
Good morning.
Michael, would you do me a favor?
Certainly.
I have a report to get out for that committee meeting this afternoon. Would you mind taking Claire to the clinic with
Oh,
me?
my pleasure.
Fine with the two of you join me for lunch.
Good.
Well, Michael, how is he?
Oh, he's better.
Did Allison come in?
Yes, well, she's gone now.
I'd like to see Elliot.
Well,
I have good news for him.
all right.
Thanks.
Constance.
Oh, Claire. Well, I heard you were back. You look wonderful.
Thank you. So do you.
How long are you going to be here?
I don't know. It depends on a number of things.
Oh, I'd like to see you before you go. Maybe we can have lunch.
Fine, I'll call you.
Thanks. Bye.
Listen, when we finish skating tomorrow night, we'll take a drive and go out to the Castle Farms for dinner. I'd like to reacquaint you with the Peyton Place nightlife. Maybe get a chance to talk to you about staying here and working rather than going back to Peru. Dr. Markham's loss is our gain.
I think not, Doctor. Thank you, but...
You're outnumbered. Your father, Matthew Swain, and I all agree on that.
No, I mean about the dinner. Maybe we better make it some other time.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be coming on strong. Is it that our loss is Dr. Markham's gain?
I'd like to take a rain check on the skating, too.
Why?
Well, it was a tentative date.
And is the rain check going to be tentative, too?
Aren't you being a little unreasonable about this?
Well, aren't you being a little ambivalent?
Last night you were diagnosing me, today you're psychoanalyzing me. What next?
No, wait.
Excuse me, I'd like to speak to Miss Choate for a minute.
Why did you say Addison and Steele were not satirists?
They seem more like a couple of 17th century gossips to me.
Well, what is satire but malice with a sense of mission? Even destruction has a purpose. Don't you agree, Rodney?
Not when it's for kicks. Ready to go, Allison?
I'd like to see you for a minute, Harrington.
Would you mind waiting for me in the student union?
All right, excuse me.
We can talk in there.
What's on your mind?
This is not for kicks.
You know, Henley, I get the feeling that you don't have reasons for what you do as much as excuses.
The last time we met, you demanded some answers.
Yes, I did.
Well, I confess I felt a little guilty. I let you goad me into saying more than I intended to.
You're fishing, Henley. You want to know if I went to my father with what you told me. But you don't have the guts to ask.
I don't have to be told. You went to him, he gave you some elaborate story. You probably believed him.
My father is taking steps to see that Elliot Carson gets a full part.
Are you claiming he'll make a voluntary confession?
He didn't kill your sister.
Then who did? Oh, you are gullible if you let him put you off like that.
He'll keep his word.
How? Even Leslie Harrington can't buy a pardon for murder.
Don't worry. You'll get your revenge.
Rod? It wasn't revenge I wanted. It was justice.
Well, maybe they come in the same package. You know, Mr. Hanley, you were right. You were right about one thing. There are no easy answers, no neat blacks and whites. You were right. Everything is complicated.
Come in, Dad. Come in.
Leslie,
Thanks for coming over so quickly.
no trouble? I understand you have a statement for the Clarion. Yes, I do. I'm resigning as director of the mill. I sent a letter to Martin Peyton. I'd appreciate your announcing it in tomorrow's paper.
Of course.
This hardly comes as a surprise to you, man.
Well, I expected it. I didn't expect it that soon, that's all.
I'll be honest with you. I want to make the announcement now while I can still do it with some dignity. I'm flying to the capital in an hour to see the lieutenant governor. When I get back, I doubt if it'll be possible for me to do anything with much dignity.
I assume you want to see the lieutenant governor about Elliot Carson.
Yes. You knew I was involved with Elizabeth's murder.
I suspected something.
I'm not going to say how. You'll find out soon enough. When that story breaks, I hope you'll handle it as fairly as you can for the sake of the boys.
You didn't have to ask that.
I'm sure I didn't. About the mill. The townspeople are going to be concerned about their jobs. You can tell them there won't be any shutdown. My staff can handle the place until Martin Peyton finds a new man.
An exit, Leslie Harrington.
Goodbye, Matt.
Goodbye, Leslie. I somehow find myself hoping that you'll come back, and I don't know why, because I never was a great admirer of yours.
I didn't think you were. I never cared. At least I didn't know I cared. I was much too busy. What did I want? What did I really want, Matt?
Did you ever ask yourself that question?
Of course I did. Came up with all the easy answers. Money, respect, power. Yes, power. I had them all, and now I'm losing them. And yet I feel that isn't what I'm really losing.
No, I suppose not.
Yes?
Your son is here, Mr. Harrington.
Send him in, please.
Yes, sir.
Rodney's driving me to the airport.
Hello, Mr. Swain.
Rodney?
It's time to go, Dad.
So it is.
Have a good journey. Have a safe landing, Leslie.
Thank you, Matt. Bye.
Dad. Have a good flight.
Thanks, Rod.
Connie. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you.
No, I'm glad you did. Have you been there long?
Only a few minutes.
Oh,
Oh, here, let me help you.
no, it's all right. I can manage. Thank you.
I've talked to Mike. He says you're much better.
Well, I'll believe that when I stop dozing off every hour or two like a little baby.
Well, sleep's good for you.
I suppose so. I saw Allison this morning.
Yes, I know.
Just be patient with her, Connie. Allison's a romantic. She's learned about life from books. And in a book, if there's a hero, there also has to be a villain.
Am I the villain?
Well, just for the moment. Hey, I'm the ideal father. I'm romantically wounded. And I'm in no position to exert any authority. But when she wants a parent again, she'll turn to you. I'll just be an interesting stranger.
Well, how could that be enough for you?
I don't want to interfere in your lives.
Elliot.
I'm not being noble. I'm just practical.
Well, when you get your pardon.
It's when. You know, people say things under stress of an emotion, but later on they change.
Leslie Harrington's going to keep his promise.
How do you know?
I went to see him last night. wasn't himself he was protecting.
I believed him when he said he didn't kill her. Was it Catherine?
I think so.
So I'm to be vindicated at the expense of those boys.
It'll mean a new life for you, Elliot. For Allison, too. She's just discovered her father.
Somehow I feel more like her stepfather.
You shouldn't. You have to overcome a lot of feelings, too, Elliot. We both do.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Allison, did your mother ever tell you that I was the orderly on duty when you were born?
Well, this gets better and better. I'm probably the only person in town that didn't know the whole story.
Don't you talk about her. Don't you ever mention her name again, Rod. Don't fight me. Don't fight me. We have to fight this thing together, both of us. Let go, Rod.